Hello, everyone. My name is Lane Aldrich. I am with First Colony Mortgage, and I oversee all the investor-facing financing for the FIG Fourplex Investment Group. And I want to take some time today to do an introduction of the financing process, the model of FIG on the financing side, how it's a little bit different than other purchases in real estate that you would have experienced up to this point, and just make sure that you've got a good introduction for how this process works as you dive into it and make a purchase with FIG. Starting from the very beginning, FIG's purchase process, as you may have known if you've already spoken with one of the FIG agents or looked around on the website, it's a wholesale model, meaning that you're coming in and buying a property pre-construction, you're getting your own construction financing, and then when the property is completed, there's a refinance that takes place to open up the permanent debt service on your property. Most of the time, when we've spoken on the phone or when you chat with me, you'll have already talked with one of the FIG agents before, gone over the pro forma, understood a little bit about the model, and then it's time to really dive into the pre-approval process. So my office oversees all of the pre-approvals that take place for FIG in the different metros that they build in. Work with each investor to go over the financing process, analyze your financial situation, and solidify financing eligibility for those that are getting financing and not paying cash. And so I'm going to do a separate video that breaks down what to expect as far as the construction closing costs and how that the details for that. But just know that at the time of your construction closing, you'll have made some deposits with FIG up to that point that are contractual. When you go under contract or when the plat records, you're going to come in with your full 25% down payment at the time of your construction closing, pre-construction, and all of the costs associated with your construction financing. And then really is the waiting period for the property to be built. And when the property is completed, that's when a second transaction that takes place to refinance your construction loan and then open up the permanent debt service. As far as the process works, I always love to start every conversation with an investor for about 10-15 minutes just to have an introduction. Then I will send you the link or the instructions for the pre-approval process. Once you fill that out and get everything over that we request, we like to turn around the pre-approval in 2 or 3 business days. That way you can know up front how it looks, do you have the ability to solidify financing, and what you can expect on the loan terms for the construction financing, and also what our projections are for the long-term loan as well at this point. If you want to map out a game plan for acquiring multiple properties, this is also when we'll go over that. And I can let you know what your capacities would be to purchase multiple properties, whether you can purchase them all at the same time or if we'll need to stagger them depending on the status of your pre-approval and how your finances are structured. We'll break down the construction loan process. A couple things to note up front as you're watching this video. Your full down payment is required or due at the time of your construction closing, which is pre-construction, as well as all the costs associated with the construction financing. And then there are no payments over that 12-month period as that interest is prepaid as part of the closing costs. And then we will then work on a refinance to pay off the construction loan when your property is done and open up the permanent debt service. So I love to go over that with you on the phone in our discussion, get you familiar with how everything works, and then also work on a strategy for those individuals that want to purchase multiple properties. We can discuss, is it possible to buy multiple properties now? Do we need to stagger those purchases? That's something that we'll dive into our phone call. So all of your situations are unique as far as your current employment status, the funds that you would like to deploy for a FIG purchase or multiple purchases, what your timelines are. I would love to be a valuable resource for you as we review that and to determine how many properties you could buy or the best way to strategize that moving forward. So this is my world. This is where we live. We're very, very good at it. And my office does just as much, if not more, than anyone in the country when it comes to financing on new construction 2 to 4 unit properties. I'm excited to have a great discussion with you. But most of the time when I've spoken with investors, they've already had a great conversation and gotten really familiar with the process, either by browsing through the FIG website or you've had a discussion with one of the FIG agents and you're ready to talk financing and get started on that pre-approval. Best way to reach me, send me an email at Lanea, Lanea, at firstcolonymortgage, all spelled out, .com. Or you can try me at my office phone at 801-226-7456.